God is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Exodus the 20th chapter. The chapter in which Yah, with his own fingers, penned on 2 tablets of stone these words we are about to read. These words which will become a covenant, everlasting, foundation of the expectations of the Almighty Yah, of his people Israel. Words which he would signify him being our guidance forever, him being our Elohim forever, and we being his people. He did so on this wise when these words are spoken by saying, Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh the Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Before me, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. I, Yahweh the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh the Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is. And he rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh that Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, we will hear. Let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim has come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time.
Hallelujah.
Any comments at this moment, this week? Yes. Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
First, giving all honor and glory to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yahweh, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It is so good to be here and to see all your lovely faces. I just like to comment off on something that you actually said, that Yahweh is the Redeemer of hope. He is the Redeemer of hope. You know, sometimes y'all may have a little dark cloud that come over our head, but we have to trust in Yahweh that He will remove that cloud and replace that with some sunshine. And it is true. I had a very trying week, and then everything went back good. And so I'm like, yeah, thank you, y'all, praise y'all, He is awesome. And then 2 days later, everything that went good just went right down the drain. And I was like, I was like, wow, it's deep, And so I had to sit back and just meditate truly on His goodness. And He is the Redeemer of hope. Because sometimes we may lose a little hope and feel like hope is just so far off. And in all actuality, we just need to have a little patience and just trust in Yahweh. Know He gonna bring us through whatever we're going through. And he does. He does these great things. I was listening to a teacher a couple days ago, and the teacher said Yahweh is truly good to Israel. It's so good to us. And I have been meditating on that. And I'm like, well, He is good to us because something may not go in our favor, so we think something is going wrong or we're doing something wrong, but in all actuality, Yahweh just has something better for us. He has something much more better for you. You may not be able to see that this is what He has in store for you, so you just have to trust Him and keep your faith there and know. If you know that you are doing what thus saith Yah, that you are pulling your heart into it, that you're giving Him the heart and will, that you are being obedient to Him, and that you are truly, doing what He wants you to do to the best of your ability, then you know that, okay, I'm going through this right now, but joy gonna come in the morning, and it's a beautiful thing to actually know that our help does come from Yahweh. Because a lot of people get help, but they don't even know where it comes from. Or things happen, they don't know how it happened. I praise Yah that I know where my help comes from. I know He makes it happen. And then try to give Him that glory and give Him that praise and that honor that He desires, that's befitting for Him. And so I'm very, very, very thankful for Yahweh showing me that, okay, everything's not going to be good all the time. But in these dark days, when things aren't going so great, you still praise me. You still honor me. You still esteem me. And it's a beautiful thing to know that when we are in a place that isn't so bright, it's a good thing to know that Yahweh always got our back. As long as we got His back, He's gonna have our back. And it's wonderful because He truly is good to Israel. For we are still here this very day. And He's put food in all of our bellies, clothes on our backs, we got a roof over our head. And those are just, wonderful things. We don't need great things. We just need things to get us by because we are supposed to be a humble people. And so I definitely want to praise Yahweh for that. Another thing I'd like to thank Yahweh for and praise Yahweh for is in Scripture it says that we are to drive the foolishness out of the children.
Hallelujah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing because, in driving the foolishness out, He tells us to train them up in the way that they should go. And I think it's wonderful because our children have they have space and room as but they have space and room to make mistakes and greatly learn from those mistakes at an early age. And so it is a wonderful thing that Yahweh gives that mercy to them and to us. And so I definitely want to praise Yahweh for allowing us to have that rod in our hand and to drive out, that foolishness. And just because I never really paid too much attention to that scripture, but truly, He knew what He was saying when He said that. And I just want to thank Yahweh again for waking us all up, for blessing us to get here, for safety and protection as we did travel, and for being Yahweh, and for being true and right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
I'd like to give all praise, all honor, and glory to Yahweh by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Of course, I'd like to thank Yahweh for being Yahweh to the children of Israel, being the true and living Elohim, who we all can give our glory and our honor to and bow down to and have someone to pray to. You know, so I praise y'all for that. And I wanted to also, with my testimony, I wanted to comment on, or I wanted to elaborate on Psalms 23 and 3. He restored my soul. He leads me in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. And I praise y'all for that. And I praise y'all for knowing that, you know, we have a path that we need to be on, that we need to get on, you know, that Yahweh provides for us. So I praise y'all for having a path that we, you know, should want to follow, you know, which will lead us to his righteousness. You know, I say that because, you know, we have these street signs, you know, Yahweh has all kind of signs. We have these street signs out here that has a 4-way. You can go this way, turn that way. But when we think about Yahweh's path, if we, you know, stay on it, you know, it's just one way, the straight way. You know, it's like an escalator. You can only go down, you can only go up. You know, it don't take you around, you know, the corner, or it don't, you know, take you somewhere unknown. You know, if you stay on Yahweh's path, it's the righteous path. And I think about this path because we came last week on the new moon, which was the first day of the month, the first day of the year to us, which was the first day and it was day 1. Here we are. It's the 7th day of Yahweh's first day of the year, and then it's the Sabbath day. If that ain't a righteous path that we could get on right now and stay on all our days, all our feast days, gonna stay in line. Yahweh brought us right back around to the righteous path. You know, we stay on that path, keep the path, you know, everything will be right in Yahweh's eyes, and it'll be right in our eyes. It'll make us feel right. It'll make us feel good about the things that we do in righteousness. So I praise y'all for the righteous path that he wants us to be on. To try to find, you know, and just try to praise y'all and glorify y'all and stay on the path of righteousness for his name's sake. You know, not for our name's sake, but for Yahweh's name's sake. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just want, you know, I want to praise God for, you know, his mercy endurance, like, you know, his mercy he have on me. I'm dealing with right now, someone, I'm not gonna say family or friend, with someone, and they trying to get me to like try to backslide, but I ain't really on that. But they trying hard. But I know, you know, I know what God got in store for me. This person, I love them dearly. I really do. I mean, I love them from the bottom of my heart. They've been there through thick and thin, everything. I mean, we like thick as thieves together. But they have a problem, and the problem is they got sticky things, and and I mean, back when before I know what I know now, before I knew that, I really didn't care, really wasn't, that was your business. If you want to do that, that's on you. Just make sure you ain't around me when you're doing it. But now that I'm older and I know better now, I want to say something so bad to them. I really do. I want to tell them, like, you know, this is not what you should be doing. Like, you're going to get caught, and it's going to be the results are gonna be so like detrimental. They're gonna be horrible for you. I mean, this could probably like make you lose your job. This could make you lose friends, family, you know, people that's good to you in your life. And I don't know how to address them with it. I don't want to just go to them like, you stop picking up things that ain't yours, you know. And it got to the point now like this is a really big problem. Like a problem. Like now, like their house is like really full of things that you know you had the money about it. Why didn't you? Like, why you doing this? So I want to praise y'all because I love this person. And I'm trying to. I don't know how to approach them with it. So I'm needing some help with that because they trying to like, well, you know I'm not gonna be doing it. I don't think you should do it. So I mean I done told them that, but it's getting deep. So hallelujah. I need some help.
Hallelujah.
Did they do it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for this day.
Hallelujah.
I'm speaking with a young lady, man. She ain't even in the state of Ohio. She's telling me about we're going about this all wrong. She keeps telling me that we're using the wrong name. And I said, well, what name should we be using? And then she pointed me to Jehovah. And I had kind of nicely say, I ain't never known that unless the Hebrew language has changed. Is there a J in the Hebrew language now? Well, she's telling me that we should be saying that instead of Yahweh. She's saying it's a deity. I said, where you getting this from? Matter of fact, she had beef with Marie Elkanah on this. And I was like, well, what are you saying? She's saying that the Star David is a deity. And I want to know, do we use Abba? Or do we use El Shaddai? Does El Shaddai mean the creator, or does it have a meaning just like father or anything? Because she keeps on beeping about this, and I'm like, why do you keep bringing this up? Because she thinks she's saying that I'm following not the proper protocol here. And I just want to know, because I think I tried to explain to her in a real nice way. There are cities over there named after him. But I'm not real sure. I need to find out what cities are named after him. But she's telling me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I said, I don't think you know what you're talking about. But I'm going to lay it at your doorstep and you give me the information so I can pass it on to the person.
All right. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anyone else? Comment?
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
First and foremost, I'd like to give my honor and praise to the Holy One of Israel, creator of heaven and earth, seeing all there is. His name is Yahweh alone by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Blessed to be here for a new year, the first Sabbath of the year. Trying week, but blessed that He got us all through it. Some with smiles always, some with smiles and frowns, but we're here. Just blessed to be above the dirt. Only thing that troubled me really this week was it's more violence that's escalating throughout this so-called nation amongst us or each other. It seems. I just saw something early for Rose about a young man in Minnesota. And I send our condolences out to the family and our prayers to the child. But he was at the mall and didn't even know the lady or the child, just grabbed the child and threw him over the balcony at the mall. And black on black. And with that, it just woke me up asking y'all for more mercy and to wake some of us up, or those that you want to wake up, which is the world really, but touch mainly Israel. Those who don't know they Israel or just out here seeking what they was taught to seek from their parents, but without really looking at the book or opening anything up, just following just what they heard. But His mercy endure forever. But at times we gotta look at some of the things that are really, really, really merciful to us every day. And whether it's our children, our grandchildren, our friends, and people in our congregation, everybody. I thank God for all the mercy that He lay upon all of us every day, and pray that we just make it home and be as one again. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. One more thing, hallelujah. I want to thank y'all again for letting me get my breakers up, and hopefully we're gonna have a mechanic squad pretty soon. We've been working on cars this week. I had Moray and Brother High Kai trying to get a mechanic squad together. So thankful for all the knowledge that He applies to us, we use, and for everything again. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anyone else? Yes.
Oh, she's stretching.
Oh, okay. She's stretching. Anyone else?
I pray this be to Yah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I give thanks for the Shabbat day, the day of rest. Oh my gosh. I don't have to look at no phone. I don't have to be on call for nobody but I can really rest physically, mentally, spiritually, just rest, and it feels so good to know that out of all the days of the week, one day I'm gonna at least get to sit down and rest. I don't even remember the last time I just had a moment just to relax my mind and have time for myself since the Shabbat. I've been so busy with family and friends, and my sister, she escalated a little bit, and so now I have to cook her meals for her, which is exhausting because then I get off work. I work with 2 jobs. I get off. I'm at her house, barely awake, cooking her a meal to last for 2 days, and I got to go home and do everything, teach my kids, cook if I decide to cook or I have them cook. So my schedule is booked to the point I just been exhausted lately, and so drained. And I was so looking forward to this day because I know I could sit still and just give thanks to Yah and lean on His strength. Thank you. And just be blessed, and I give thanks too for all that Yah instilled on me to do, and just to know that He is guiding me along the way, because I can shout out, I'm tired, and just like that, something to be removed from my schedule, and I might get an hour or 2, and everybody's calm with it. So I just wanted to give thanks on that, because the Shabbat day definitely is a day to look forward to. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Excuse me. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat Shalom again, Pam.
Shabbat Shalom.
I want to comment on something that I just found out. Hayakai just showed me. Well, this morning, Hayakai came to me and he was like, this is how we know, this is how I know that me and Hayakai, our relationship, marriage, family has been together for a while. Like, we so used to each other, like things that we do with each other, like it's just like the norm, like we know how each other is. So this morning, Hayakai came to me and said, hi, baby, downstairs. He yelled upstairs, he said, babe. And I said, yeah. He said, happy belated anniversary. so I say, what? So we think that he looked at, he come, he said, It was last week. So I'm like, really? But before our anniversary came, I was already like, me and Hank have anniversary coming up and everything. So, but when it came, neither one of us said nothing or anything. Then to sit here now and to look at the date and go back to our anniversary, hallelujah, our anniversary was when we was here on the moon. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we was partying.
Hallelujah.
We didn't even know we was partying.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I thought I heard you mention it vaguely. Yeah.
I was thinking of 15. But you can't.
Yeah, he mentioned it. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cause we touched on it.
Mhm.
Cause you asked about the 13th, in the midst of the 13th, and it said you just.
Yeah.
So yeah, he mentioned it. He mentioned it. Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm. That was one brother question.
Mhm.
Yeah, so did.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Any other comments?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And then we'll get the question.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I just want to give all praise and all glory to the Holy One of Israel by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm so glad. I am so happy that it is the Sabbath day. Y'all just don't know. Woo! Don't know. This week, this has been a week of weeks. Wow, y'all has been a week of weeks. I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed. And I love how y'all work. I ain't have to call you this week. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because all this week, I'm like, man, if I don't get this car up, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. So by the grace of y'all, I got a brother like Gamaliel that don't do no work. Not at all. He just sit back and talk a whole lot of smack. And he just watch you mess up everything. But I give thanks and praise for the brother because his help was tremendous. I actually took time and changed out an axle, changed out the whole wheel housing assembly and everything. And it was a blessing. And it made me think back to my childhood when I was like 16 years old. Because my dad, I love my dad. My dad in Evansville, Virgil Williams, I love him. That's senior. That's 3 over there. But my dad is a master mechanic. If it got a motor, I don't care what kind. If it got a motor to run, he'll fix it. He'll make it run. He'll make it do whatever it needs to do. And he came to me when I was 16. And he was telling me like, boy, you better come get underneath this car. You better come learn how to do this work. I ain't never want to do that work. I was in the streets. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be no grease monkey. I'm not doing it. And here I am doing it. I remember the first time I started doing it, I called him up, told him I put radiator fluid in my oil, and it was just a common mistake. And here I am today changing out major components on an automobile, and it's just a blessing. And the lesson I got in that, you got youths out here, be you a man, be you a woman. You got a skill. You have something that you have developed over your years, over your lifetime, that you use to get you fed, to pay your bills, to make you survive, to make you do what you do. So it is upon you to take this youth and make them start learning that skill, that trade that you have. I was looking at a cartoon that I let them watch. It's called the 10 Commandments cartoon. I don't care for the color, but this particular one be right on point on how they going over the laws. And in this lesson, it was dealing on 9 and 10 commandment and covenant of other people's things and other people's belongings. And the message is, you got a skill, you got a trade. Yahweh gives every individual something special about you. You know, and you inherit, he bless you with some seed, he bless you with children. Those be your apprentices. Teach them that skill, teach them that trade. Let them learn something so when they get older, they'll know how to do something. They'll understand something. So I just give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for giving me the wisdom, guidance, understanding, loving, compassion, people in my life that's willing to help me to learn and to get better. And I thank you for my mama and my daddy, because they showed me what it means to be a parent. They showed me what it means on how to love. They showed me what it means to stand up on your own 2 feet and how to be a person and how to have compassion in this world. And I love them for teaching me that. And I love Yahweh for letting them be the vein that I came through. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, and yes.
I just got one more thing. Praise y'all. Yesterday was a great day for me. I been working hard, and yesterday I had to be to work at 8, and my alarm went off at 6:50, and I said, "Man, this is the day to call out." And I just had couldn't move, couldn't do nothing, and I made it up in time to call out. And I praise y'all for the double portion because I just rested mainly yesterday. I was able to get out of bed after 11 a.m. and I didn't get to do that. And it just felt good to be able to have just a day for me to just get my. It felt good for me to have a day just to be able to get myself together and prepare my spirit for the Sabbath day and to do the things that I need to get done for the Sabbath day without having to rush and without having to, think quickly on this and that. And it just felt really good to know that Yahweh knew that I was working hard and had mercy upon me in the sight of my employer to say, you know what, it's okay. You don't call off, you don't be late, so enjoy your day. And so I was very thankful for that. And I just definitely want to say hallelujah for the double portion of rest. Hallelujah. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom again, family. This week has been, me and Haika, we had like a near death experience in the truck. we was coming across going across the Blue Bridge, coming from over here in Cincinnati. We was going home, but something in my body was telling me like this truck ain't safe, but I know y'all got him. So it's like right when we got in the middle, when we was going around the little circle that's in the middle of the street to go over the bridge, the truck was just like, you know what, I can't do it no more. Like my stomach hurt. So it was just like put. And we started smelling something, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. But Hayaka was like, y'all got us, and we're gonna get over this bridge. So I'm closing my eyes because I'm so scared. I'm scared of bugs, y'all, and they God's little creatures too, but I'm scared of them. And I can step on one, but I'm scared of it. But man, we going over this bridge, and I got my eyes closed, and I'm praying, and I'm like, when I open my eyes, y'all, I'm over this bridge, and we gonna be parked. I know we are. We're gonna be parked. We're gonna get over this bridge. Cars behind us. We're going so slow, but how can we make it now? Now when we get to the middle of the bridge, we almost over there, and now it's like the truck like, okay, now my ribs hurt because now it's jerking. And Hayaka trying to take the wheel and jerk it back, but now it's jerking over here. So I'm real scared now. So when I still got my eyes closed, but when I opened my eyes, we was over the bridge, but we still had to get to safety. So Hayaka's driving real slow because we're trying to make every light. We don't want to have to stop because if we stop, we don't know if we're gonna be able to start back up. So we finally do get to a spot. And Hayaka, we pull over and everything. When we get out the truck, Hayaka just standing there on the driver's side, just looking at the truck. So I get out and when I walk around to the driver's side, our whole tire was out like this. I don't know how. I don't know how he was driving this truck, but how he kind of like, he keeps saying, I got this. I drove trucks like this. I got this. Y'all got us. Like, so, but I'm still scared. I'm still scared. But, you know, y'all did have us because I don't know how we made it from all the way from Cincinnati, all the way across that bridge with our tire basically hanging. It's like it wasn't holding on to nothing. How I was able to push the tire, like actually move the tire, like you could actually move the tire like this, and I'm like, a tire don't do that. Like that ain't what a tire's supposed to be doing. So, you know, hallelujah, how he was able to call a tow truck, you know, with little or nothing, little money that we do have or whatever, and we was able to still get home. He was able to pay for us an Uber to get home, and we got home safely. And you know, like the whole week, I know how it's been on High Count, man. Like, I don't want to have to call for it. I don't want to have to call. I'm gonna get this done. So all week, the little money that he did have saved up for himself, just for his pocket money or whatever, hallelujah, that he did have that he spent every little penny, broke his whole like bank account down to get the truck fixed with the help of Gamaliel and you know the supervision of Gamaliel, I guess. But but still, we was able to do that, and it was like down to the deadline because he just got it broke down like last week, and he got it fixed last night, and he was able to go pick up fire like the norm, like nothing never happened through the week. So it was like we was still right on schedule. Like it didn't have to. It wasn't like we came here on the 7th and tomorrow the truck gets fixed and we got a ride today. It was just right on schedule. We was still able to stay along in the groove. So hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Question.
I got another comment too that I need my question, if that's okay.
Okay.
I'll pray to give you again. I had went to a family function yesterday, and it was nice. It was nice to get out and see my family. It had been a while. And one of the things that really stood out to me was my little cousin. We got a lot of twins in our family, and this particular cousin is a twin. And it's a boy and a girl. The boy, Sincere is his name. And I have all kinds of them. I'm telling everybody bye because we get ready to go. And I'm like, bye, little cuz, you know, see y'all next week, because next 6 days I have another family gathering. So I said, you know, bye, see you next week. And so he was like, bye. If my family all used to calling me Precious. So he said, bye, Precious. I said, you remember my name? And he was like, yeah, I used to come over our house all the time, and we used to always see you. But to my knowledge, I don't recall. He's like, I think they 10 now. I haven't seen him since he was a baby. But he remembered me from all that time. And I just was like, wow, that's pretty cool, you know. And so I just give thanks because I just thought that was very cool that this child remembered me, but I only remember him from when he was a baby. I don't remember nothing past that. I'm like, that's awesome, you know. And he tried to trick me into going to my house was the other day, you know. So he might have been trying to manipulate me, but it didn't work. I got tricked by these 3 because they were supposed to see my auntie this weekend. So my house was full. But praise y'all for that. On top of that, my questions, I have 2. The one is I spoke to the brother about the slave thing when we had went to Exodus 21,
Yes.
I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his thing was I don't do religions and I don't follow what the scriptures say or the Bible, none of that mess or whatever. So I said, okay, well, we can agree to disagree. But then he got into saying we are in a cult. And so I just chuckled to myself. I said, if I hear that one more time, you know, I'll be rich, you know, and I thought it was hilarious. So to myself, I laughed and I dropped the whole conversation, left it alone. But my question is, when someone accuses us of being in a cult, how can we fight ourselves using the scripture to say, this isn't what we are? You know, this is who we are? Is there a way using scripture to fight ourselves, or should we just let them think what they think, let that wool sail over their eyes, and just keep it moving? Cause that's what I did. I was like, oh, it's that time. Gotta go. Pew!
All right.
So that's my question. My second question is, I'm starting to see, and I told them before I left the house I was gonna put them on the spotlight. So this is probably something I guess we probably would talk towards the end of class, but I'm gonna ask it now anyway. Quran, or I won't even when I'm a female, I don't know much about the men and this seed copulation thing. I don't know. The brother said he wasn't thinking about nothing, he wasn't watching nothing, and we keep having these issues. Now, and I tried to talk to Brother Ben about it. Brother Ben couldn't quite explain to me what I need to know so I can make sure this child of mine is really about that life, and that this is really the situation. And I don't know. Should I make them eat fruit before fruit all day and night and vegetables, and what? I don't understand why this keep happening on the Shabbat day. And so I'm trying to think. I need guidance so that I can take and because I did some research. I did do some research. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did Google, and Google said for seed copulation, Leviticus 16:16. That's where I got my notes from. It says to engage in intimacy with the woman, and it didn't say that first per se, but for the children's sake. And or to transfer male reproductive cells from one individual to another. And then I had looked up seed, and of course that didn't give me what it was talking about, like planting, things like that. So I said, okay, well, copulation. And what's that book you gave me? The Coordinates. And so when I looked up copulation, it took me to 7902 Shekaba, if I'm saying it correctly, and it say like a lying down of dew. So I looked up dew, and that's a part of someone's body, with a beaded or glistening liquid, and it say some other stuff, carnally, copulation, lay, seed, and pertaining. Okay, that's my other notes. But so I did do some research, but I still kind of feel like we get back to the whole WD, if you can fill in the words for what both of those two mean. WD, about the dreaming, But how do you, because he said he didn't have that type of dream. So how does it still happen when you didn't have that type of dream? I need understanding.
You are the man of those. I got one almost 40, so I
tried to study. Absolutely. I did some research. I looked.
16.
Yeah.
Next month.
No call in.
Stayed at home like the call in. Yeah, this was a call-in. This was a call-in day. Oh my goodness. Woo. This is a call-in day right here, huh?
Well, but now you better be, because we know if he's not, I'm on it.
I give thanks that he tells me, like, Mom,
Absolutely.
Then he's pacing back and forth because he's trying to explain it to me, and I'm like, spit it out, and
Yeah.
Can't call in and don't gotta deal with it.
I gotta deal with it, huh? Come with the territory, huh? Before I deal with that, let me speak to something about the trade and the skill.
Yes.
Then
okay.
we'll segue, because we're gonna segue into that. We're gonna deal with it.
Okay.
All right? Y'all
Yes, sir.
gonna deal with it.
Hey,
Right?
thank praise God. I need some guidance.
Beautiful day outside.
I tried to call y'all too, but I said, you know, I didn't
Go
know.
to-
Should I call? Should I bring the client?
Go to Deuteronomy.
Hallelujah.
Go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. That's right. Go to Deuteronomy. And it's gonna cover everything to the point. Whether you do right, whether you're doing wrong,
Deuteronomy.
whether you just don't know. See, that's why I said y'all gonna deal with it.
Okay.
Cause this even, believe it or not, if you want a scripture, this even, believe it or not, is gonna cover your question
The unclean versus clean.
about the
That's
coat.
main thing to it. Oh, we on coat, okay. Sorry, I was still,
No, we on everything that's been put on the table.
okay, about
We
the
just
coat.
starting here.
Okay.
So in poker terms, you got the full Monty, right?
We got the full thing. We just started here.
Okay.
And we're gonna cover every single thing that's been out here. We're gonna cover the sticky fingers,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
let the hands do the walk. We're gonna cover everything that's been put on the floor.
Okay.
And that's why I pray to the Almighty for guidance.
Yes.
And I had to pray to him for guidance and courage and strength. Because I tell you, I haven't had in all my life a time like I've had for the last 6 months. Y'all won't, it's a day y'all have to sit down and tell you, and that's outside of class.
Okay.
It's one of them old time porch stories.
Exposed.
Yeah, yeah. Like Gladys Knight wrote, if anyone should ever write my life story, it's one of them. For whatever reason. But you'll be there in every line of fame and glory. Because you're the best thing that ever happened to me. And so if you don't have a story, there can't be no glory.
Hallelujah.
You ain't got a story.
You ain't got a story, there is no glory. Huh? And in a good story, what does the elements of a good story have?
Try.
It have everything.
Everything.
It had a high, it had a low, it had you loving, it had good, it had evil.
Crime, bad.
It moves you all over the spirit. And that's why you be like, man, them the ones that you be like, man, that's my movie right there. Because it took you everywhere. And that's why you so in tune with it. You come out saying, man, that's the movie. Well, that's life. Here, there, everywhere. That's life. But what do we know? And what can we be thankful of? People say you a coat in the coat. What? Let them say you in the coat.
That's awesome. Hey.
To this degree, that if you live it, we all in the coat. But here's what your coat has. That's different from other coats. You got Deuteronomy?
Yes.
Start at verse 6. Chapter 4.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hallelujah.
Deuteronomy chapter 4,
Mm-hmm.
verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. But what nation is there so great who have Elohim so nigh unto them.
Did you say what cult?
No.
He said, what nation?
Did you say what group?
No,
No, nation.
nation.
You said what nation? What nation of people
Is there so great
that's so great?
who have Elohim so nigh unto them.
And nigh is an English word for near. So near unto them.
As Yahweh our Elohim is in all things.
In some.
In all things.
In a couple.
All things.
In a few.
All things that we call upon him for.
And how many things that we call upon him for?
All the things.
In all things. That's why I said we can cover everything. There's not anything that the Almighty can't deal with. There is no subject matter. See, there's subject matters as men and women and people, even adults. Don't matter if you 50 or 60. There's some subject matters we can't deal with. We ill-equipped.
Hallelujah.
Raise your hand if you're sure.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
There's some subject matters people come to you with, and you like, you like hammer. Can't touch this. And then you do a little dance. Dun, 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 dun. You dance away from it. Like, come back. You just get out there. Because you can't touch this. But Yah can. Now, is he gonna touch it because he's coming down? Sit with you. Be in the living room. I need to tell you what's wrong with him. This is what's wrong with him. Huh? Because the truth of the matter, like the Almighty said, I believe him, I take him at the word. The truth of the matter is, if he did come down in the living room and tell you what was wrong with him, first thing you'd be doing, you'd be like, that wasn't y'all. I was asleep. That was a figment of my imagination. That was Ben. He dressed up in a wig and did some makeup and got him. That was Ben. I'm so tired. I've been working. I'm half asleep. And when he does what he would do, when he manifests himself to you, everybody said, there's work he wants us to do. And then he said, there's work he must do. Because even if he manifests himself to you, first thing, and rightfully so, because you're going to withdraw. See, few of us like Father Abraham, where he ran to him. That's why he said, I can't even manifest myself to you. Because I'm consuming. We always thinking of it as an anger. But he's just his presence to be there. If it can't. I ask you right now, come on, dial into me. I need eyes. If all of a sudden, just I know, whoosh, and right now, there's a man in white that's the blackest of black you've ever seen, with nappy hair, eyes like fire. He's standing right there. Didn't come through that door. Didn't come back here. Be honest. What y'all gonna do? Thank you. That's what I want, honesty. What'd you say, sister? You gone, ain't you? Ain't even waiting on hot car. Huh? It's Katie bar the door. You out here, ain't you? Huh? Windows, everything. Some of y'all ain't gonna make it to the door because y'all. Some of we just gonna collapse right where we at. I don't get that. I'm right here. So first, big and bad. I think first thing I'm doing is. I'm stuck. But be honest. That's why he said, I won't come to you. And that's a good, honest, huh? He said, I won't come to you like that because I'm too much for you. But I'm coming to you. I've already been with you, and I have come to you. How did I come to you? Go to the book of Isaiah. Go to the book of Isaiah. You got Isaiah?
Yes, sir.
Well, good. If you got Isaiah, hold Isaiah and go to Jeremiah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I'm in your head square. All right.
Jeremiah 7,
Hallelujah.
21.
Hallelujah. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts.
Thus says who?
Yahweh of hosts.
Thus says Yahweh of hosts,
The Elohim of Israel.
the Elohim of Israel.
Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh.
Put your burnt offerings, take your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices, and you eat the flesh.
For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt.
Because that's not the first thing. Because a lot of people get this wrong, because he did speak with us. But he didn't speak this to us initially when we came out the land of Egypt concerning the burnt offering and the sacrifice. First message he spoke to us coming out of Egypt was, oh, I am Yahweh thy Elohim. And that was invoked, obey, know who I am, obey my voice.
Oh God.
Because if you don't have the obedience, when I speak to you about burnt offerings and sacrifice, you won't even do that right.
That's right.
Because I have a certain way I want that done.
Hallelujah.
I want it cut like this. I want this part presented to me. I want that part put over here. I want it put right here. If I don't get you to give me obedience, you just cut stuff, throw stuff, bring this and bring that. And that's never what I require. Even with burnt offerings and sacrifice. Go back to the beginning. Go back to Cain. I required obedience. Oh, Father God, what you mean? He did bring you sacrifice, but not with an obedient heart. Not with a clean heart. Not with a willing heart. Not with a pure heart. I knew what was in his heart, and it wasn't good.
That's right.
It wasn't obedience. Because if he thought he could get out of it, he would get out of it. So I commanded not this thing. The only thing I told them when I initially brought them out of Egypt was even the Passover sacrifice wasn't about the sacrifice. It was the message is about your obedience.
Hallelujah.
That's why he told them, put the blood. It was about, are you being obedient? Not the slaying of the lamb or the goat. that people getting caught up into. And then that's why they can't even be obedient and say we can't keep it in a strange land. But they won't put the blood in the strange land. They won't put the blood over on their houses. They won't do all that, but they want to eat.
Right. That's right.
They want to eat. Because they only grabbing one aspect. Well, the book don't say nothing about you can't have no lamb around this time of year, nothing like that. But you don't call yourself doing no Passover meal.
All right.
Keeping the Passover in its totality, because even when we dwelt in the Holy Land, there was only one place to go and keep the Passover. So the Almighty have been, is, and always will be about obedience.
Hallelujah.
And he said, if you obey my voice, I will be the Elohim, and ye shall be my people. And walk in all my ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you.
Hallelujah.
He said, but they would not listen, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels and the imaginations of their own evil hearts. And they went backward and not forward. And that's where we have to tend to ourselves. Do we walk in counsels of our own imagination? And when we do that, it takes us backwards. And it don't take us forward. Then he says, that since the day that of your fathers that you came forth out the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the who?
Prophets.
Rising up what?
Daily.
And doing what?
Early.
Early.
Yeah.
And sending them.
And sending them. Brother Abraham, is he doing that now? He sure is. Haven't never stopped. But where the prophets at? Are you one of them? Is he one of them to teach over here? I don't know. But I do know the prophets that he's sending daily, rising up early, and he's still sending them.
Yes, sir.
Every time you pick up this book and put it in your hands, he's still sending them.
Hallelujah.
He's still sending that while we're reading them. He's still sending you Jeremiah.
Hallelujah.
He's still sending you Daniel.
Hallelujah.
He's still sending you Hosea.
Yes, sir.
He's still sending you Nahum. He's still sending you Habakkuk. He's still sending you Amos.
Yes, sir.
He's still sending you Moses.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
They never went nowhere. And if we implement and be what he tells us to be, study this day and night. Early in the day and later in the day. Study this. They with you all day, every day. And so we find now going to Isaiah. They're with you. And not only are they with you, they're with you and they're speaking on behalf of the Most High Yah, because now we go to Isaiah 34.
Hallelujah.
That's how I know he's still giving us the prophet, rising up early.
Hallelujah. Isaiah
Do we pick it up?
chapter 34.
Do we pick it up more than just on the Sabbath day? Do we think about it more than just on the Sabbath day? Do we run to it? Do you run to it even in your mistakes?
Yeah.
Because you can't go over it, ignore it. Solomon said it. There's not a man that's going to live and not do nothing wrong. You're gonna make some mistakes, some hardcore mistakes. And sometimes you make these mistakes and it ain't that nobody can shake you out of it. That's the path one is on, because the mistake had to be rectified by the Almighty so that lesson can truly be learned. But the Creator says in Isaiah 34:16,
seek ye out of the book of Yahweh
that's why he told you, seek out the book of Yah
and read.
and read it. Torah, prophets, the poetic writings, if it's here in the book of Yah, the Almighty says all to be used. The Proverbs, they're to be used. The Psalms, they're to be used. The prophets, they're to be used. Not one of these shall fail you. And they don't have a mate.
Hallelujah.
See, that means if I'm in a cult. Well, we all in a cult. But some of the cults, they books, they got a book, but then they need this book. And they need this book.
Yes, sir.
Like Quran. Well, some of them say it ain't got everything, so it needs the Hadith. Judaism, even though they have Torah, they say, well, we need the Talmud. We need the Kabbalah. All other kind of books. But the Almighty said, this is a book. Here's a book. It don't need no mate. And why?
For my mouth,
For my mouth.
it had commanded,
It commanded it.
and his spirit,
His spirit.
it had gathered them.
It gathered them. It put them together.
Hallelujah.
He had cast them for lot for them, and by his hand had divided them unto them by line. They shall possess it for how long?
Forever.
From what?
Generation
To what?
to generation.
They shall what?
Dwell therein.
This is where they meant to be.
Hallelujah.
This is where they meant to be. And no place else. This is where we meant to be. If you want to overcome, this is where you got to go. Because that's how he's here in all things.
Hallelujah.
Because there's some subject matter, there's some topics I can ask you, is it addressed in the New Testament? And people gonna say, you got to say, no. Is it addressed? Is all subject matter addressed in the Quran?
No.
No. Shalom.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
What is not addressed by Yah in this book? We're searching. Because to my sister's question, well, like I said, first let me deal with what my brother said about the skill. Go to Genesis 46. And that's why Moses wrote, he said, the fault is not with Yah, but the corruption is of men.
Hallelujah.
matter, as I tell my son, no matter what you see me do that maybe that's wrong, never give up on Yah.
Hallelujah.
Because it's not his fault. You can say, Pops didn't do that right. But never look and say, well, I don't deal in that no more because he was wrong. See, too many people have done that, and they was wrong. So I don't deal in that no more. The corruption is not the Almighty's. The fault is with men. Genesis 46. Verse 31. My brother was speaking about trade and skills, passing it along. He was speaking, but he didn't know he was speaking scripture. Or I don't think he knew he was speaking scripture. Start at verse 31.
Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 46, verse 31. And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh and say unto him, my brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me, and the men are shepherds.
And the men of my father's house, they're what?
Shepherds.
They're shepherds.
And their trade have been to feed cattle.
That's their trade.
Oh, God.
That's what they do. They're shepherds. They're skilled shepherds.
And they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you and shall say, what is your occupation?
When you go before Pharaoh, he's going to ask you, what do y'all do? What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you make a living? Say what?
Then ye shall say,
You should say,
thy servant's trade have been about cattle.
your servant's trade, we've been about cattle. We herdmen.
But
Look what he says. Not only did he say we herdmen, but watch what he said.
from our youth.
From where?
Our youth.
From where?
Our youth.
From our youth.
Even until now.
Even unto now that we grown men.
But we and also our fathers
and our fathers
that ye may and also our fathers that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every sheep herder is an abomination to the Egyptians.
So in other words, Joseph told him, when you go to Pharaoh,
yeah,
tell him your occupation for generations, from one generation to another generation, has been what?
Sheep herders.
That we shepherds.
Shepherds. Yes.
That we might dwell in where? Goshen, which is separate from
Egypt.
It ain't separate from Egypt.
Oh, but it's...
That's why I was showing my son this morning as we was talking over some things. Because that's going to come into play. It's not separate from Egypt. It's not even a land. It's adjacent. It's on the outskirts.
Like a Norwood.
What you say?
Like Westchester is in Cincinnati.
Thank you.
It was just that close.
Thank you.
But you also set them up. So
Thank
they would
you.
not have to be with
So they wouldn't be tied to the main. So we're gonna teach this, and I started to bring it, but I didn't. But so that you can understand. And I wish I had a map.
Oh, God.
Because I want to ask class something, so we can get understanding. You don't have a map. Can I erase this?
Okay.
Huh?
We want to get us a world map. So we can cool down.
Just for understanding. We'll do something. This just a little block. We're gonna call this Egypt. That's the landmass of Egypt. And it breaks off to another landmass, okay? And another landmass over here. Somebody tell me what is Upper Egypt and what is Lower Egypt? Which, if you had to label it, somebody come up and label it for me. Label Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Okay.
Can I just say in fairness to them that
Point it out and then I'll label it. Somebody, give me Upper Egypt. You see Egypt. You see Egypt. It's the landmass. Now give me Upper Egypt
yes, sir.
and Lower Egypt. Well, let me label it and then y'all tell me if I'm right. Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Who think that's correct?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you should. It's a free class. We ain't got to be ashamed of that. We learn when we come here. Raise your hand if you don't think it's correct. Raise your hand if you just don't care and you want Brother Aaron to go home and do something else. So let me see the hands that think it's correct again. Is anybody hiding back there that want to get in? I want to see their hand too. He got his hands up. Raise the hands that think it's incorrect. Got one. You got one. You didn't see this whole class raise their hand. You gonna be the one to say that's incorrect how I got that label, and you gonna stand on that? You gonna go with her? You gonna let her influence you like that?
I'm on my word. I believe that's wrong.
Well,
I'm not gonna go with everybody just because. No,
you're not gonna follow mother too?
No, I will not.
Where you're absolutely correct.
Hallelujah.
You're absolutely correct. Because when they talk about upper and lower, this was lower Egypt. This was upper Egypt because they're talking, it's determined by the flow of the Nile River.
Yeah. Okay, my part, I said it, so. The only one that got it.
This is upper, this is lower. Reason why you see that, our people were in lower Egypt. Now now knowing this, because this is to be, a lot of people will read a map and they'll say, well, that's upper, no. And right around in here with the other landmass, is the land of Goshen. Yes, see, but everybody can't see right there, Brother Hakai. Yeah. But come over a little bit. Come over a little bit to the edge where the black is at. Just getting the general, just bring your finger all the way up to the black. Now you'll be getting into Goshen. It's before you get into Egypt. See, the people came out, our fathers came out of the land of Canaan. They went to Goshen. Before you get into all the major metropolis or big cities in Egypt, they're on the outskirts.
They come in from the west, right?
Even when they start building the two major cities of Paramesses and Pithom, that's built on the outskirts. We're going to get into this another day and another time. But I want you to see this. But this is why he told them to tell them, your herdsmen Now this is gonna make sense. You're herdsmen. Because, finish that, my brother. 34th verse. Tell them you're herdsmen. See, all this must be understood when you're dealing with this. So now you start getting a play of how this book is revealing itself. Tell them what he said. Why he tell them they're shepherds?
That ye shall say, thy servants' trade have been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen.
That he may put you here. Now knowing where Goshen is before you even get into mainland Egypt, he put you here on the outskirts. Because why?
For every sheep, for every shepherd.
Because every shepherd
is an abomination.
Is a what?
Abomination.
Is a lower class citizen than what?
The Egyptians.
Than the Egyptians. So he gonna put you here on the outskirts of Egypt, that you don't come in and dwell and mingle down into mainland Egypt. Because y'all are an abomination to Egypt.
We don't want you in Egypt.
We don't want you down in there. And Joseph didn't want them. Joseph didn't want them down in there.
Hallelujah.
He didn't want them coming. Not only did he want them coming down, not because he didn't want them coming down, getting in here and getting messed up with what they would see. Assimilate, integrate, and evaporate.
Yes, sir.
The further you go down, the more you pick up this Egyptian culture. And Joseph knew it. So he said, say what I'm telling you to say, so that he placed you right on the outskirts of Egypt, in the land, where you're not too far away from the land of your fathers. That's why when Yaakov passed away, they were still able to take him back into the land of Canaan to what? Bury him. See, most of the time, without proper understanding, we think they all the way down in Egypt. This is even going to give you, for this time of year, this is even going to give you insight that right in here, see, is a connector. Red Sea. But this also is a part of Yom Suf. So when they pass over, see, a lot of things you read, you see Egypt, you think they had to come all the way from down and through here and come all the way over here. They didn't. They just came right out of here. And but we're gonna get in that when we get to the Passover next week. I'm gonna have some things so we can see it even better. So the Exodus will either make more sense to you.
Hallelujah.
Y'all's will. We're gonna have some handouts so you can see these. All right. Be y'all's will.
Hallelujah.
But as far as trade, he told them, we learn trade, we learn how to be shepherds. Father to what?
You.
Son.
Yes, sir.
That's what we do.
Young.
We get skills from our Father.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Don't mean he might stay with it. He a carpenter. He at least teach his sons about carpentry. Don't mean they have to run off and be a carpenter. But they know that skill. They might not be the builder of builders. They might go on to be an engineer, but they know that skill about building. So now when they come and be an engineer, when they come and look, they be like, well, that ain't right. How do you know that ain't right? Because I used to be on ground floor driving the nails and the thing. I got that skill. I know I got that skill. I just took my skill to another level, built on it. But the Almighty is near and dear to us in how many things?
All things.
Go back to Deuteronomy.
Hallelujah.
In all things.
Deuteronomy chapter 4.
Now let me tell you something. I was joking, just to bring a little lightheartedness to it. And the Almighty is in my life. Recently, He showed me just how much He in my life, and I'm getting a little terrified. Although I've been talking with Him showing me, now I'm starting to understand that what I tell y'all earlier, I ain't saying I'm no problem, but what I tell y'all, once you know how close He is to you, your room for air starts getting what? Skinnier, skinnier, and skinnier, and skinnier. So now what I'm showing you, now I'm starting to get, second thought of, ooh, and now too late now. You got to rise up. But I have a young man, and I know he don't mind. My sister back there, this is going to our young men.
Okay.
Not just your young men, but all our young men. Not just for you. This is why, like I said, generations. Wish you take this back to him, and then he take it to his son. The only reason why people will look at something like that, because if I didn't have y'all, I would look at it like that. But most people in the world, that's how they look at it. They say, ooh, I don't talk to my children. Y'all heard other adults? Yeah. I don't talk to my children. I don't have that talk. Even on TV, they come to them on TV, they're like, ooh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about things like that. Oh, that's uncomfortable. All these kind of things they don't talk about, and people get this in their head. Now, if it's not discussed, don't mean it ain't gonna happen. Then they left to define what's going on, what? On their own. But that's why it says, seek out the book of Yah.
Hallelujah.
And He's near in all things. What did you say when you looked it up? What did they give you, sister?
16.
Leviticus
16 to 16.
They gave Leviticus 16 to 16, didn't they?
Well, I looked that up in my scriptures on my own.
Uh-huh.
I knew that's where we used to go, I guess you could say.
Leviticus 16 to 16.
Hallelujah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know there's a portion of uncleanness to it, but
Yes.
how can you tell if that's the seed of copulation or if that's just his body? I don't know.
Well, good. But let's deal with the whole matter.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I heard you say, what should he be given some kind of special herbs and spices, making nices, and we wondering. We wondering, right?
Yeah.
And we wondering why, especially Sabbath day, when it's hitting us on Sabbath day, we wondering, ain't we? Huh?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, we wondering, ain't we?
Yeah.
We're like, what is the dickens of this? See, something like I said, if there is no story, there can't be no glory.
Hallelujah.
And we want to glorify Yah
All the time.
So I got a story.
All right.
I got 4 witnesses.
Hallelujah.
Y'all know my story, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I
Yes,
told them, that's why I don't tell it just be too long. I tell it so y'all can get the glory. Huh? Hundreds of miles. Huh? Money spent. Huh?
That's right.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
People there. Huh?
Wait.
The morning's gonna be yours. Wake up in the morning and bam. Wait a minute now. What you mean? Bam. I gotta instruct my son, y'all go get ready. The son looking at what?
Rise the elders. Let me see.
See, and one might say, why he talking about this? I can talk about it because it's not taboo. I understand the Almighty deal with it, so it's not taboo. It's nothing to keep me in shame. That part been taken away. Got through the shame. Now tell the story so that y'all can get the glory. So bam. Tell my son, y'all go. Now, brothers come up. Come to get you, Murray. And you ain't come to get me, because Murray ain't going nowhere. Now, what we tell everybody, that's the next thing. What we tell them I ain't coming. That's what you tell them. And if they need no anything else, they call it, them that's here, they call me. Get the 411. Huh? But see, the one thing about it, when you let the Almighty, and I was devastated. I ain't gonna lie, I was devastated. But I said, wait a minute, I don't spend hundreds of dollars on tickets, hotel, got all that, and this, how you this gonna go? I'm gonna miss everything. What is this? And surely somebody probably saying, what are he doing like that anyway? He a married man. See, there is no herb, spices, or age, or this, or that to remedy that. That's why the Almighty wrote in Deuteronomy, the law, how he had it written. Go to 23:9. Yes.
Deuteronomy chapter 23.
Yes.
Verse 9.
Yes.
When the host goeth forth against thy enemies.
When the army go forth against your enemies.
Then keep thee from every wicked thing.
He said, get yourself from every wicked thing.
If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness.
Now that's not wickedness. That wicked thing is something that they would take like maybe an idol or something of that nature. That's wickedness. But this, he's not talking about being wicked. This is something different. So you can even draw a line from between 9 and 10 to separate them two. Because he's not saying this is wickedness. He can tell you what this is. If there be among you a man that is not what?
Clean.
By reason of what?
Uncleanness.
By reason of what?
Uncleanness.
Well, let me read it. By reason of accident that chances him by night. Huh? This is the accident that chanced him through the night. That's why I said, ain't no herb. Ain't no nothing you can do for it. Because this is the accident. Whether he 50, married with 100 children, he's still susceptible to this.
Yes, sir.
Whether he got 3, 4, 7 wives, he's still susceptible to this. Whether he at war, which his mind should be far away, you would think his mind would be far away from what? Knowing the next day he got to wake up and go to battle. His mind far away from what? That. Huh? Yes, he worried about, I'm going to go into battle. That's going to be my last day. See, that's why it says, and Man, there's a whole lot of lesson in this. That's why he said, there's the family, there's the mother, there's the father, there's the sons and the daughters. And you need it all to stay together, hopefully, because there's certain things fathers should deal with to sons, there's certain things mothers should deal with to daughters.
Hallelujah.
Especially when you're talking about boys coming into manhood and girls coming into womanhood. I can know about womanhood, but I can't relate to her to get her into womanhood and help her get over those bridges that womanhood brings when her body starts changing. And women, you can know about men, but you can't relate all the way to him to help him get beyond these things because you don't, this ain't your realm.
Hallelujah.
Now, y'all is addressed, but this ain't your realm. But I could sit down and talk to him because guess what? I once was 14, 15, body was changing.
Yeah.
Woo. And like I said, even 40, 50, still experiencing, so I know what it is you going through. It's not taboo. It's not time to back away from the fact that it's happening. It's time to start talking to him because it's actually signaling a lot of things. It's signaling to you that he is no longer a boy, but he's coming into manhood. So the talks need to actually be stepped up.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Communication actually needs to be stepped up. What you got to give him actually need to be stepped up. Now we need to talk about relationships.
Yes.
We need to talk about men and women relationships. We need to talk about those things.
Yes, sir.
That they told us not to talk about. It is an indicator, it is a signal like everything else.
Another sign.
It can happen as infrequently. It can happen as infrequently as it wants to. I've known some cats, y'all will not me no. I've known some cats who've had it happen twice in one day.
It's like that. Sometimes
They just go to sleep and that's forever what it is. And it don't mean, and let me tell you, that's why I said men to men, men to boys. Because trust him when he say, it ain't always that he thinking about some divine woman. Yeah, you got to trust it that it ain't always that he got somebody in his mind they running around. No, that's why the Almighty said, this is the accident that chances him by night. Because also when you get into anatomy and physiology and the body changing, these hormones are surging. It can create that overflow, and it has to be, it has, boom. Y'all don't want this uncomfortable. Sister Vida, and then Sister Vida.
Praise God. So you said, and you said that about the family staying together so that, things like that happen, the father can have the talk with the son and the mother can have to talk with the daughter. So are you telling her that her concerns that those are not for her to deal with, maybe a man should deal with them or should?
They're for her to deal with, but directing to the man within their prospective life. So because he can wholly relate to what that young man is going through. The concern, I see my daughter start changing. When I see her start changing, when I see her start coming in and she don't have a boyish look, she's starting to come up and some things starting to some things, speed bumps are starting to develop.
Right.
I got to deal with it. I got to be concerned about it.
Yes, sir.
But I got to be like, hey, go to your mama to get the fullness of this. Because I don't, go to your mama. I'm still concerned about it because I know what's happening.
Yes.
But go. So it's kind of like we tag teaming it.
That's what I'm saying. She be concerned, but deal with it.
Yes, it's still her concern, but send him to somebody who really been through it. And that's why the Almighty said the two together. Why bring two and make them a unity? That they might produce a what? Holy Spirit. Not just from the womb, but raise it up.
Hallelujah.
To know these things.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
I went in the room, he had the door closed, I went in the room and Joachim had this book. What kind of book? Go in the room, you'll see what kind of book. I don't know where he got it from, but Joachim had this book. What book you go in the room? What book did you have, Joachim? Your mama said she saw you with. I need to see it. Got to sit on the edge of the bed, full seat up there. At first, I need to know where you got the book from. So now it's time to start talking to him. Ain't no time to leave. She don't want it mean more coming from. Not that she can't go in it, but it mean more coming from me.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm a male figure.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Talking about it from a male standpoint.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
That's why when I had it with mine, that's why we don't mind sharing it. It wasn't nothing. I was like, ooh, man, I'm so sweating bullets. I don't know how to tell you. It wasn't nothing. Man, we was talking about it. We were laughing. He was saying stuff. I would laugh. I was laughing because I said, man, I know about it. And then he just started sharing everything. Man, it was it. I ain't believe it, man. I said, I know. He said, man, it was like, I said, I know. He said, man, it was like, I know. He said, man, it was real. I know. And we laughed about it, but it's not taboo. It's not something strange. And it's something he's comfortable with knowing is happening, and he can come to me and we can talk about it. And now we both got to the crux of what's happening to him. I told him this is signifying you are starting to become into your manhood.
Hallelujah.
See the trades, the skills, but the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. So I said, even when you slip as a father, you don't hide that from them.
Right.
Tell them,
Hallelujah.
man, I big blunder. Tell them so they don't slip.
All right.
All this stuff, I can't talk about it. Oh, we can't talk about it. Oh, man. That's why the kids are feeling stuff like the basketball player. That's why they feel stuff. Then they come talk to you and tell you, well, I think I'm really a girl in a boy's body. Because you left them to explore the changes that's going on in them to themselves. Or some other things that they have seen and been influenced by. Nobody's talked to them.
Shalom, rise with And he walking in.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
And they walking in.
And they walking in.
They walking in.
Yeah.
Because if y'all don't know,
All right.
this is a married couple.
Hallelujah.
This is a married couple that just walked in. But no matter what, I'm gonna be his father. He gonna be my son. And nothing can sever that. So there are no out of bounds conversations. That's what senior children wayward from you. That's why I say I used to say, well, I'm not gonna be a friend of myself. Yeah, I am. I want to be my father. I want to be the father. I want to be his friend. I want to be his confidant. I want to be everything to him. He shouldn't just say, "This my father," and then somebody else will fill another part of his life over here. Other than when we talking about getting married and finding a lady, and but when it comes time to dealing with things in life, there should never be a closed door policy. It should always be an open door policy, and he should feel comfortable coming in and talking to me. So I'm glad that you asked that, so we can hear it and take that taboo away from it. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Hallelujah.
He don't have a gutter mind. Things are happening. That's why David said in Psalm 139. Go there.
Hallelujah.
See, oftentimes to understand others, you must first be able to understand yourself. To help others, you must first have helped yourself.
Psalms 139.
And sometimes what you go through is very bitter. My sister, she's not with us. She left a little early. But the bitterness, you have to know it so that you can know what sweetness is. But in Psalm 139, you see my sister? Psalm 139. Look at verse 13 and 14. And 15 and 16. Start at verse 13.
Hallelujah. Psalms 139, verse 13. For thou hast possessed my reins.
You have possessed my reign.
Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb.
You covered me where?
In my mother's womb.
When I was in my mother's womb. Before anybody laid eyes on me in this earthly realm, the Almighty's eyes was on me.
I will praise thee, for I am fearfully.
I am what?
Fearfully.
Fearfully.
And wonderfully made.
Fearfully and what?
Wonderfully.
Wonderfully made.
Marvelous.
The body, that's why the body in science, that's why the body, they still studying it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's fearfully and wonderful. It have all kind of mysteries to it.
Oh,
Great mysteries. Why does this happen? Why does that happen? How does this happen? Men have been studying the body for eons and centuries. And we'll keep studying it. Because we are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Body be so strong,
Yeah.
but at the same time, so weak. Can endure so much, and at the same time, one little thing can take it out.
Yeah.
Because it's fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
It can tear and rip, and at the same time start regenerating cellular life to replace and start healing.
Oh,
But you know, from the moment you get a cut, have you ever wondered what that sting is? Can somebody tell me? From the moment you get a cut, it starts stinging, don't it?
Yeah.
Huh? You grab it, don't you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Fellas, a lot of times you get cut, you grab it, and the next thing you do, you what? You make a beeline and you close to the bathroom, don't you? But you get this stinging, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You know what that is? That's the skin trying to heal itself and pull itself back together. Trying to grab back together. It has noticed just that quick that something is wrong, and it's trying to grab itself back together. And that's why it's stinging. It's stinging because it's trying to repair itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's fearfully and wonderfully made.
Oh, yeah. Marvelous are thy works,
Because marvelous are your works.
and that my soul knoweth right well.
And that my soul may know right well. That's why we say Yahweh is the physician. Not that you don't go to physicians, not that you don't deal with doctors, but Yahweh is the physician because he is the maker of you.
Oh, yeah.
My substance was not hid from you when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, when I was nothing but a blotch, when I was nothing but two cellular components together. And after that, in thy book, all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. He's describing what's taking place in the womb, birth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so the seed, and so the Almighty was dealing with that, the seed of copulation, that accident, that chance, and he deals with all of it. He deals with it when it's an accident, the chances in by night. David was an older man, but that's what Saul thought happened to him. He said, he told me, surely he is unclean. He is unclean. And when you look it up, he thought he had the accident that chanced him by night, and that's why he wasn't at new moon meal. Now, how many wives did David have?
A lot.
A bunch. Concubines, huh? Women all around, huh? So that's not the remedy. That's not the remedy.
That ain't gonna solve it.
This is just the mysteries, the curiousness of the body.
Oh, yeah.
But we went in to get that tumor, but Mr. Israel, thing already done shrunk up. If that's how so the Almighty will. That's why we say everything be his will.
Hallelujah.
We have to bend to it, not it bend to us. The hardest struggle in life. But so yes, you saw the uncleanliness, but that was the one caveat that we missed. Was 23 and dealing with that.
Leviticus,
No, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 23. Hallelujah. Deuteronomy 23 and 9.
Because another brother had asked me another question, and I'm not going to give me that. We talked about that person. It was a personal question that he asked me, and we dealt with it. But the understanding is here. You know, Mike said that he can have an accident, that chances, and that's just what he called it. That's just how he wanted it relayed. The accident that chances him by night. And like I said, he ain't had to have looked at no movies before he went to bed, read no books, thought about no particular thing. It can just be happenstance. See, that's what I said. Concern, but to a lot of women, that's like, because that ain't something that happened to y'all. Just like if we deal with some things that one brother's gonna be looking like, because there ain't nothing that happens to them. I know what that time of the month is, but I don't know that time of the month, because that don't happen to me.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And it's been trying to be explained to me and everything, and all I say is,
That's it. You know?
Hey, yeah, it felt like it. No. I said, Now I know what we do. I know his command. I know what we do. I know how to act. But I sit, but I don't know that. And don't want to know. You talking about some stuff up here and some stuff down there and some stuff down there. You keep that.
Mad, angry.
This some high level stuff.
Hallelujah.
Y'all all right?
Hallelujah.
Y'all all right?
Hallelujah.
Because like I said, it's not that she don't be concerned. And she be concerned, but I'm trying to draw this point, but let it be reinstilled by me. Because she can be concerned and even deal with it. Because go to book of Proverbs.
Hallelujah.
Not tell her not to touch it.
Forgot about that.
Huh?
After she spoke, yeah, forgot about it. That's okay.
Oh,
No worries. Come on, keep on going.
did you hold on to it?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Deuteronomy?
Proverbs. I'm sorry. Except my
Proverbs. Example.
31. Well, I said that not that she don't tackle it and deal with it, But it wants you, but reinforce it by a man that know how to come and deal with it. But yes, you can tackle it. You got 31?
Yes, sir.
Read verse 1.
Hallelujah. The word of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught
That
him.
his father taught him.
No, his mother.
Huh? That is what?
His mother taught him.
That his mother taught him. And what's she teaching?
Wait, my son.
What, my son?
And what the son of my womb.
And what the son of my womb.
And what the son of my vow.
And the son of my what?
Vow.
Vow. What vows? What vows?
Vows made to be a mother. The vows made between her and her husband.
That's right. The vow between her and her promise, the son of my promise. Promise to my husband.
Oh, God.
Not a what? Now I'm coming to you. Not a what?
Not a bow.
Not a beau. Not a boyfriend. Not a boo. Not a donor.
All right.
The vow I made with my husband. That's what he's the son of.
Hallelujah.
Not out of wedlock or out of something, but in matrimony. Then she tell him, and she followed that up by saying this to him.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Do what?
Don't give your strength to women.
Do what?
Don't give your strength to women.
Huh? Now, to a lot of women, that don't mean much. But to a lot of fellas, and I'm looking at most of us in here, who done gave our strength to women.
Man. Other words, fellas.
And a few that shouldn't have. Yeah.
Because you go fishing, you ain't supposed to.
We know what she talking about, don't we? Huh? Let's say how John here, he's huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
There's a reason why they tell them Super Bowl week, 2 or 3 days before game.
That's right.
That's it. No more family, right? No more wife, right?
No more.
Huh?
No
You get 2 weeks between that last playoff game and the Super Bowl. That first week, have at it.
Better do what you can.
Do what you can. That second week, you ours.
Find it. Find
She
it.
here, but she better be in another hotel far away from you.
Boy.
We better not catch no women here. Boxing. Huh? Boxing. Huh? Boxing, huh? You better not, huh? Huh? We just gonna get to the champ. No, champ busy right now. Better not let him get the champ. Because champ won't be champ. He'll be chump after that.
Tell them the big reason.
If you don't give your strength, that's when you do that. You give your strength to women, to a woman.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah. Man, that cat looked just like his pops.
You mean the son on the north side or the son on the west side? Or as a brother said in New York, I got so big I don't even know how many I am. All five brothers.
I remember brother Kim Ewell. I walked with my father. He was that story. I walked with my father, brother Kim. Some of y'all remember brother Kim Ewell? Yeah. He said, Aaron. I turned around. And my father turned around. Y'all know how Kim Ewell was. And I turned in, me and my father turned around at the same time. And you know how he was. He just, oh man, that's it. He just lost it all over the place. So man, look at y'all look like twins, man. He just went into a spill. Man, I don't know which one. That's how you doing, bro? And that's all he can say. Man, you look just like him. And that's all he can say the rest of the conversation. There's a lot of strength.
Yes, sir.
When I go places with mine, they look at him in the first instance. People say, ain't no need going to court. That's what they say. Ain't no need going to court. I said, what you talking about? Hey, you ain't denying them. You can go to court all you want. That's a loss. And that's why she told him, don't give your strength. War. There was a reason why. See, there's a reason why. Oh, man.
Go ahead, Moray. Go ahead. Hallelujah.
I'm going to let you interject first.
No.
Yes, please. I insist.
I really don't want to.
I insist. I insist.
I get this box with the most high
I
sometimes.
insist. I insist.
You know, Shalom will love women.
Yeah.
But what Bathsheba was telling him, he wasn't telling them not to with his wife, but you know.
No, not with his wife.
Many women. So
She
when
said,
you hear that
that's why
about
she said.
friends, it is not saying that with your wife.
No.
You're not, and I don't use the word sex because to me it's denigrating. I hear women and men use it. It's love making, folks. It's intimacy. Because if you're just having sex with a person, you may not care nothing at all about them.
Yes, sir.
So it's really just
That's why.
maturity.
And that's why Mother
Yeah.
Sarah said, she didn't say, should we have sex?
Yeah.
She said, one, me and my master is old, should we have pleasure?
Pleasure. That's it. Because for some folks, it's just.
Because I didn't think we were going to get on no topic like this.
But back to
Where we go?
with the 60, I mean, you know, it takes two to have a child. So with that, because they each enrich the life of the child, coming from different components. But I mean, with that, what they call birds and bees talk. If you got a son and a daughter, like I do, you know, when he was body training, if I was blessed to have that submarine in and not going out to sea, look, when you go to the bathroom, take him. It's the same plumbing. That's who's supposed to take him. You got the same thing. When you pull it out, you show it. It's how it is done. Even though it took my daughter longer, I say it's easy to probably trade boys, but nonetheless, you know, and she was 23. It never gonna happen. But you know, it's the enrichment coming from two angles, but that is reserved for the man. That's not to say women haven't done it, but they can't. They're not really being able to do it to the fullness.
Right.
Because
and it's just a different light when it comes from me.
Well, it's the entrust of a father and
being another man,
yeah,
and dealing with him who's gonna be a man.
It should be nobody on planet Earth he trusts more.
More.
Exactly. There should be nobody on planet Earth that he should trust more.
Nobody.
And then his mother. But truthfully, it's your father first. Who does the children belong to? Thank you.
They belong
to the man.
To the Most High.
Well,
and then they give it to the man, because that's the. And then I give, but that's the solidarity.
That
the
is.
Most High, then the man, then the woman, and the children.
That's it. That is absolutely. That's the case.
So God to prepare them youth for the world.
Because how can he relate to a female without first getting the understanding from?
See, the Jews even messed that up. To slight it toward the woman. And now the women, well, I carried him for 9 months. But I gave you my strength.
Well, women carry them, men make them.
That's what I said. I gave you my strength.
But they're teaching opposite in the school now.
And they teach in society.
It is clear that we understand.
In society, they teaching opposite of the Almighty.
Yeah, sure.
I gave you my strength.
Now the Japanese are gonna put a womb in a man.
Oh my gracious.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the Most High is doing this stuff for a reason. You know, abnormal.
Well, this is proper.
mutations.
This is proper perspective.
Correct. It's correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like you said, no, not talking about with your wife, because the Almighty already addressed that in Malachi. That's who you give your, what this is saying is, that's who you give your strength to, is your wife.
Hallelujah.
Just like Solomon said, always be ravished
In her
in
bosom.
her bosom.
Hallelujah.
Not in their bosom, in her bosom.
That's singular. Not plural.
Imagine 7 wives and you can't take it your own.
That's why he said, not give strength to women,
I'm saying.
nor ways to that which destroyeth
King.
kings.
That's,
Is it
Something
not
that
the
you
king?
play a player from the Himalayas.
there you go. And Solomon ended up getting played.
Or running around talking about, I got pros in different area codes. No.
So you're going there. Different area code.
Well, we gotta make it clear.
That's true.
Hallelujah.
Because the stuff that's out there,
You gotta
that's not
get
the
your
stuff,
woman.
that's not the things of Yah.
All right. Go ahead, Moray.
Sister didn't know when she asked me about that we was going this far this.
All right. Hallelujah.
This curves of many of ills in society.
Yes, sir.
This is that's why I said I was glad when I came into the house of Yah. Because you don't get to go many places and they do this. They deal with subjects like this.
Hallelujah. They call them taboo.
You shouldn't get places. Get most places. You got teachers come out unclean.
You do.
First.
I ain't talking sense now. I mean, that's.
What you do?
do?
You do.
Know better. Telling folks
Yeah.
when they coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Teaching how to take care of a wife and they're not doing it. I mean, it's
My-
all kinds of
Get that right.
My sister, I hope that did something.
The baby too happy for me to stand up. He's pleased and I praise God for that.
Well, maybe I had a hand in that as well, so maybe I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Put the baby to sleep and answer the question. Baby said, I'm tired of him. Check out of here. Anything better than this. Yeah.
Shabbat sleep.
Oh, mercy.
Night sleeping on Shabbat.
And the other chapter we want to understand, sister, as you may go home and venture into this some more, is Leviticus 15. That's the accidental chance by night. But you gotta also teach them, you know, Leviticus 15. This is not the accidental chance by night.
Hallelujah. Leviticus chapter 15, starting at verse 16.
16, yes.
Hallelujah. And if a man's seed of copulation go out from him,
So now we know we can go out from him, but whenever it goes out from him, he what?
then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening.
Because it ain't like the movies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't like the movies.
All right.
Well, I done touched it now, so I might as well jump off the way.
All right.
Movies, you see a little scene, then next thing you know, they just jumping. Now, dope. Ain't nobody got one washcloth, turned on one faucet or sink.
Serving your coffee.
Drive home, crawling crawl in bed next to somebody else. Huh? You unclean. So I have two wives. Can't deal with them in the same day. Huh?
All right.
Come on now.
Hallelujah.
They got
That's
sound
right.
on me.
That's right.
We're gonna put
That's
some of this stuff to rest.
Yes, sir.
I deal with one, there's a period before I can deal with the other. Because I'm considered what?
Unclean.
Unclean. And if I care about that one, then I don't want to make, what do we say? The duty of the unclean person is to make sure what? That the clean is not what?
Unclean.
Unclean. If you regard them.
Hallelujah.
Isn't that what the daughters of Lot did?
Yes.
I lay with daddy tonight. He got to go through his period of being what?
Unclean.
And you can lay with him tomorrow night.
Hallelujah.
See, we be mixing Israel with a little black Caesar.
All right. A little black
A
season.
bunch of women. I can't do that. He said he should wash his flesh and be unclean until what?
Even
Every what?
every garment and every skin wherein is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water and be unclean
And
until the evening.
it's not wherein, it's whereon.
Oh, excuse me, we're on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, read that again.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Verse 17. And every garment
Mm-hmm.
and every skin
Mm-hmm.
whereon
Whereon.
is the seed of copulation
Oh.
shall be washed with
Oh.
water
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just
and
saying.
be
Oh.
unclean until the evening.
Oh.
Now, the woman also
Huh?
with whom man shall lie with,
Yeah.
seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water.
Who got to get in there and wash up?
Both of them.
Huh? Yeah.
Both man and
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
And be unclean until the evening.
All right. That's good.
Hallelujah.
That's good.
Hallelujah.
With the job.
They don't like to touch this. It's hot right here.
And he can look at this right here, but not touch it.
It's hot right here. They don't like this.
I know all the. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Any comments? About 4 o'clock. This deserves a break. This isn't commercial. We deserve a break. This deserves. Come on now, I'm ready to go a little further. This deserves. You ain't gotta beg me today. This deserves a break right now. I'm belling on.
Hallelujah.
It's real. You get it real.
Any comments? Oh,
Got one.
yes, ma'am. Got two.
The act actually completed, not like when a female has her time and it spills over and it may get on him, not that period of uncleanness, you know what I'm trying to say?
We both.
This,
No lunch break.
Okay.
Right. Hallelujah.
This, if she got it?
She got it.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you hold them a picture.
Thank you. Sister Mia.
All right, yeah. I just got a question, since you talking about body parts,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, I can go for the second half or something. And Ecclesiastes, 12:6,
Ecclesiastes.
I was wondering if these had something to do, with these like body parts, especially when you get to 7.
Ecclesiastes 12.
6 was, the ones I was wondering if he was talking about body parts, or ever the silver cord be loosened, or the golden bow or bow be broken, or or the wheel be broken at the cistern. I was just wondering were these, and then it says in 7, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit return unto Yahweh who gave it. I know, this is when we depart the seas, but I'm just wondering was 6, was these talking about, or are these any of our body parts?
Good. This is a scripture I sometimes have used in the past. When I've done some services, people that have passed away. And it's a message in this chapter. So let's start at verse 1. Then we'll go ahead and take our break. Let's start at verse 1.
Hallelujah. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Remember, so he starts off with his message, remember your creator. In the days of when?
Of thy youth.
Because we have a lot of time people say, well, I'm too young to get serious about that. And if they don't say it, that's just their thinking. They're not real serious about it. And I won't say, and then sometimes it's just young men being young men, but that's what you want to stress. And my son, I tell him, you have to remember Yah.
Hallelujah.
You have to remember him now. Don't talk about it, you got till you're 22 or when you grow up, you'll get into this more. You got to be serious about the Creator right now.
Right now.
Right now. Especially living in the days and the times that you're living in.
All right.
Because for a lot of young men your age, 22 is going to be a notion. 25, they may not never see it.
That's right.
You look at the young fella with the promise of life in one day. Gone. Now they memorialize him. And he was a young man. Just starting to know what life and fulfillment of life is about. Because he didn't know life, even though he had years, he didn't know life because for a long time he was doing things destructive.
Yes, he was.
As many of us do.
Yeah.
So you can have life, but not life abundant. But he finally came into knowing what life was about, and he was starting to enjoy life and the bliss that life brings, and it's gone. That's all of us. That's each and every last one of us. My sister attested to her experience with their experience this week. Sure, that's the hand of Yah. Because that's all of us. Huh?
Yeah.
And these little cards, he enters.
Yeah.
He enters. The Almighty allowed to tap that brake and boom. And let it boom. Huh?
Yeah. Hallelujah.
That's why David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. Though it's all around me. The shadows are all around me. They everywhere. Because that's what people are doing. They're fearing. And it's going to get greater. And you can't go nowhere. You can't go to the mall. You can't even go outside your own door. You can't go here because great fear is gripping people. But that's why he's telling, remember the Creator now in the days of thy youth. Don't talk about you got time. Give yourself to Yah in this second, in this moment. Go ahead.
While the evil days come not.
Especially if you're having joy. If things going a little right. Celebrate yourself in Yah. Before you find yourself in evil days, bad days, hard times. That's going to test whether you're going to be with Yah or not.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to do. The evil days, they're going to test your mettle as to whether you be with Yah or not.
Hallelujah.
And you're going to find it hard to be with him sometime. You're going to be sitting there thinking, nah, this, because man, I did all of this. I did all that. This is happening. This is where I'm at. Nah, I ain't supposed to be like this. Ain't no joy in Mudville.
Nope.
Nor, then he said what?
Nor the years draw nigh.
Don't wait till find Yah when they done told you, oh, Mr. Israel, you got 3 months to live.
Have mercy.
Y'all coming to my life. Y'all going to Sabbath? Yeah, come pick me up. Yeah, man, you in ICU. I know. They told me I could wheel the thing out and take it with me. I can't miss Sabbath. And you weren't worried about missing Sabbath while you was up and on your own 2 feet doing everything under the sun. Telling folks you ain't got time for that. Now you got nothing but time for y'all. You got that? Did you get the tape of the class there? Yeah. Got the notes? Yeah. You want every Israelite in the city to come and be with you. So don't wait till you get to the end of your life. When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
These are all conditions. Go ahead.
And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the street, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way.
Yes.
And the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and to the mourners, and the mourners go about the street.
And the mourners go about the street. You just saw an example of that this week.
Yeah.
10,000 people.
Yeah.
All in the streets. Huh?
Yeah.
Down in New Orleans, that's how they do it. They all, when somebody died, they in the streets. Marching up and down the streets. What are you talking about here in verse 5? It's turbulent times. Then he's saying, or ever the silver cord be loose. No, they're not body parts, but just like metals, when you think about anniversaries, you have bronze, you have a silver. I can't think of the numbers that go along with them. Some of y'all might know them. Then you have your gold. The quantity, which one is gold is 50?
No,
Silver is 50, isn't it? Gold 75.
Gold 75.
So what he's doing is the quantity that's laid on these. So that's why he's saying, if ever the silver cord be loose, and you say the quantity for that is what?
50 years.
So if a man make it a 50.
50 years.
Or the golden bowl be what?
Broken.
Because that's more, the golden bowl, that'd be more expensive than the silver what? Have more value. So the golden bowl, that represents a step up. So you're saying 70, so now that person might have reached more years of life. But the bowl broken. When it's broken, what's it good for? What does it do? You can't what? You can't use it no more. So you what? Discard it. It's not around. Or the pitcher be broken at the fountain. If the pitcher broken at the fountain, can you use it?
No, can't hold.
It goes away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or the wheel be broken at the cistern. You can't use it, you got what?
Discard it.
Discard it. And that's why 7 ties into 6. Then shall dust, he's talking about man's demise. Then shall dust return to the earth as it was. Whether it's 50, 75, whether you're 100 years old, we all go back to the earth from which we came. But of all those years that you attained, there is no time frame within those years to ever forget or forsake or go about not giving yourself to the Creator. Because even when you leave here, contrary to what people want to believe, when you leave here, that's whom you have to go back to. So it's best you remember your Creator all the days of your life, because that's who in your death you have to go back to. You have to go back to your Creator. The spirit shall return to Elohim, who gave it.
Hallelujah.
That last verse or so, that's crucial too. Vanities of vanities.
Yes.
Thus saith Coelho.
Yes. Yes.
It is not
Vanity of vanities.
all this stuff out here, you cannot take it with you.
You can't take it with you.
Cannot.
And that's what keep a lot of people from the Almighty. It's vanities.
Non-permanent love.
Man, I hear what you're saying. I hear that Israelite thing. But I can't get with that Sabbath day because I gotta work. And then you'll wonder why they got a beamer and you got duct tape holding your mirror together. Now they ain't struggling. But they done gave themselves away from the Almighty.
What did you say that on the suffering? I remember the people, you gonna deliver this truck on the shop. No, we're not.
Yeah.
I got on that phone and I said, now y'all messed up.
Yeah.
It was delivered on the first day.
Yeah.
But this truck is not moved. It did not move. But the Creator will make that way if you're loyal to
If you're loyal to
the Creator.
You will.
He's able to do things if you're loyal to him.
If you're loyal.
All things. Call it money folks.
So yeah, it wasn't body parts. He was drawing correlations. You know, like we say, 50, 75, the golden anniversary, silver anniversary. That's what he was drawing correlations to, times of life. Any other questions or comments from anyone?
You need a napkin, though you sweat.
I'm not sweating. No? What? If not, then we are gonna break. All right?
Hallelujah.
Since you're back in the house, I'm gonna ask Elder Youngman if he would like to say a prayer to take us to break.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I'm putting him on the spot.
Hallelujah.
But I know he's thankful. I know he's thankful, so give him a chance to give thanks and praise to y'all. It don't have to be long. If he just get up and say, y'all is never late, y'all is great. That's great. We good with that.
Hallelujah. 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 Praise the Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time, both day and night. Hallelujah. 4:20. Now we'll be back at 5:30. Hallelujah.